Okay guys, so in this video we're going to look at how we turn our two-dimensional sketch into three-dimensional components or bodies. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to extrude a piece which is the shape of everything just combined, because really what we want to do is create an outline piece that sits on the back. So I'm going to press E for extrude, which we've done before, and I'm going to select every single part and surface. So if it's easier, turn it so that it's facing you. And what you can do is we can right click on sketch 2. If I just cancel that, yeah, and in fact now we can say look at, and we should be facing directly onto it if that's easier. Okay, we can turn off all our extra bits here if they reappear, as they sometimes do, as if by magic. We can tick them on, tick them off, and they should largely disappear from view. Okay, so what we're going to do now is press E for extrude, and I want to go through and select every single part of that. Okay, so I'm not missing any areas out at all. Let's put that in, even that little triangle there. Might need to zoom in if necessary. And I'm getting everything that is on that sketch number 2, including that little bit there. When I then check my settings in my extrude box, my extrude control box, I'm going to put in a distance of 3 because we're using 3mm acrylic. And I'm going to come into this operation at the bottom and just change that to new component, and then I'm going to click OK. And what you'll see happens if you then sort of rotate your drawing and have a look, you'll see that you've now created a second layer on there that is the same thickness as the stand. Okay, which is absolutely fine. That's how we want it to be, the same thickness. Okay, so now the problem is, if you like, or not the problem, this represents one solid piece that all the individual coloured pieces need to get fixed onto. So how do we create those? Well, the way we're going to create those is that we're going to do what's known as a projection. So we're going to come across to our sketches, when we talked before about turning these on or off, and I'm going to open up sketch 2, make sure it's visible, okay, because I want to be projecting all of those lines onto yet another layer. Okay, so I'm going to press P on my keyboard, which is going to do what's known as a projection. And you'll see that these 3 boxes come up, the 3 orange boxes or surfaces, but in actual fact I want to project off of this surface here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that, and I might just turn it around so it's sort of facing me and a little bit easier to see. And you'll notice that as we hover over our drawing, all of those lines are there for us to select. Okay, so I'm going to go around, I'm going to select all of the edges there. In fact, if I get everything around the outside, I think, let's just have a look. Now it's done the outside, but it hasn't done all of the inside ones. So I'm going to need to select that as well. And I need to come in and find these other lines. So I've got a line there that I want selected. I've got a line there that I want selected. There's a line there that I need to select. And I think that is everything, isn't it? Oh, there's a little line there, and there must be a little line there as well that needs selecting. Okay. So it's saying I've got 10 selected. That sounds about right. I think it's done all of the outside edges as well. So then we can go ahead and we can click OK. And you'll see we've now got, I missed one tiny little line down here. Oops. Okay, well, that is going to make a difference, but not a terrible difference. So what we've now done is we've copied all of those shapes across onto the front of that layer, okay, and or the front of the previous layer, sorry. And so what we can now do is we can start to extrude those. The one difference when I do this time is that when I click my E for extrude button, because I'm selecting one, okay, as soon as I put in my 3mm, and I'm going to say this time that I want to create a new body, okay, as soon as I create that first one, my sketch 3, you'll notice, is going to turn off, okay, and then when I go and press my E, I can't select those individual things, just the whole thing is being selected. So I need to click my sketch 3 back on, and now you can see I can select individual surfaces. Okay, so let's do the other pieces. So I need to extrude that by 3. Oh, sorry, 3, not E. And you'll notice it's going to automatically try and join it to the previous one, but I don't want it to because I want them to be separate so they can be separate colors. Then I'm going to press this one and 3 and new body and OK on that. If you've got things that you know you want to be the same color, so for example, if I wanted that surface and that surface to be the same, then you could select them both and do them as a new body in one go. That would be absolutely fine. I need to select this surface, which I don't think we did yet, so that's going to be 3, and that's going to be a new body as well. And then I'm almost done. So at the bottom, I've got a slight issue here, which is my circle is supposed to be separate, but I obviously didn't quite select that properly. And then I'm going to click new body and there. Okay, so if we now look at what we've got, I can turn those sketches off. And what we've now got is we've now got 2 layers. Oh, can you see how we've missed that tiny little piece in the middle here? That little triangle bit didn't get extruded. I can go back and fix that if I want. Okay, and the beauty of or the importance of separating them as different bodies is that we can now, when we start applying our colour, we can apply the different colours to different areas of our design. Okay, whereas if we just extruded it as one thing, or we allowed it to join, then that wouldn't work for us. We'd end up having to do pieces the same colour whether we wanted them to or not. Okay. Okay, so in the next tutorial I'm just going to show you how to change the colours and how to import things like animal print if you're wanting to use that or any other prints like a bold line or something else that's typical for Memphis. Okay, well done.